Dear audience, now it's time for our main attraction, the ICT Career Talk. Our today's topic is technical or project management skills. Today, we will listen from our two experts, importance of project management and how project management approach helps sharpen people management and soft skill as well as grow ICT career. Okay, before moving on to the next topic, I would like to give reminder to all of you that we are going to arrange a small exciting quiz contest at the end of the session and top 3 winners will get exciting prizes. You may be lucky to win the prize. So stay with us, stay connected. Before start, let me briefly introduce to our discussant. Mr. Abdullah Mamun, he is a serial entrepreneur, angel investor, and a passionate project management professional. He is the founder and CEO of PM Aspire Singapore, which is the top-ranked project management solution provider in the world, helping project professionals in 120 countries in 7 international languages. He was awarded as the most influential CEO of 2018 by the Corporate Vision magazine of UK. Mr. Abdullah is also an international speaker and has spoken more than 14 countries in mega conferences. His company, PM Aspire, ranked among the top 30 fastest growing companies in Asia Pacific regions by Silicon Review magazine, USA. In addition, PM Aspire has also won National ICT Award for 2018 and 2019 respectively for e-learning platform and AI-based PMO software. Mr. Abdullah has also created the AI character AI, which is the artificial intelligence for PMO software. Our another discussant, Mr. Mohammed Asif. He is a proficient, experienced ICT business professional, has served in few leading positions such as Director for Enterprise Business, Microsoft, Consultant for ICT Cloud Business in Ruby Axiata, and General Manager in Devoted Computers in Bangladesh and Malaysia. With his years of experience in local and multinational ICT companies, he has been engaged, lead, managed, and coordinated several large software and infrastructure projects in private and government sector. Mr. Asif is working passionately for our youth in their ICT skills, talent, and career development. He has earned several recognitions and awards for outstanding achievement in his career. He is the executive committee member in CTO Forum Bangladesh. So let's get started. By the way, you can also take part in the session. Please write your question in the chat box. Do mention your name, organization, and current job role. And again, our small but exciting quiz contest will take place very soon. Already you know the prizes, so stay with us. I want to tell you a secret to win the quiz contest. Just listen to the conversation carefully. Who knows? You will get some answers in the quiz contest questions. Sir, floor is yours to begin the dialogue.
Asif bhai, you are unmute. You need to unmute. Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Sorry about it. Thank you, Ishrat, for the nice introduction. Assalamu alaikum and very good winter evening to all of our participants on Zoom, online, and who are watching us on Facebook Live. Welcome again, Abdullah bhai. Pleased to have you here with us today. So we know that thank you. We know that software, web, e-commerce, and many other information technology projects going on every sector, right? So ICT professionals are key element of where beside technical skills, organizations and managing skills are similarly essential. So project management practice has become part and growing for any ICT software development projects. So you can think project management as like a building or your house construction, like similar to the project management concept. So in a building construction that begins from planning and architecting about pillars, thumbs, determine how many levels, the size of the floor, rooms, balcony, the storeroom. Same architecture put the layouts of utility services, even your airflow, sun and water protection, etc. So in that perspective, I see project management as a discipline management where you have regulations, policies, control, authority, routine, direction, all these basic elements that concepts works to fulfill the goals, right? For any software, ERP, infrastructure, e-commerce. Pardon, I just want to take a 30-second break for the azan. Sorry about it.
Sure.
Admit, আরো 10 মিনিট। Thank you for your patience. I was talking about that for any software or ERP or infrastructure or e-commerce or security solutions initiative, a structured approach is must, right? When I say structure, it's not physical structure, it's conceptual structure. To visualize this structure, you need to put all the components required, like requirement gathering, analyzing, business process, development methodology, people inclusion, programming, coding, back-end, front-end work, user experience, data, information architecture, testing, debugging, quality assurance, all you are all all are IT professionals. You don't know these elements, right? So, and all other associated stuff fall under this structure. So now when it comes about organizing, controlling, and managing all the components within an end-to-end frame, the entire flow requires a discipline management. In other words, project management. So now, when it comes about the need of project management skills for an IT professional, the dilemma is whether to develop their skills more or on technical tracks like programming, database, or practice more on project management. Is project management a soft skill or core skill for an IT professional? Also, IT software projects team leads often have this question: shall I use Agile or Scrum or traditional methodologies? So, and also, how can a project management practice align with rapidly changing the technologies? So in today's session, what we'll try to do is we will try to elaborate these issues and find out solutions in our today's IT career dialogue with Abdullah Bhai, an internationally reputed project management expert, and few other ICT and project professionals who are participating on Zoom online today. We will welcome questions and opinions from your side also. So let me move to Abdullah Bhai to I just try to set the context. Now I would like to begin a question to Abdullah Bhai. So Bhaiya, working in a project management for about more than 10 years, you are well known as an expert in this field. We know every industry needs project management practice, and you are serving well with process, tools, and training across many industries, including international arena. So today we would like to hear for your views why project management is necessary for ICT, more specifically for any software development, e-commerce, or web development, or infrastructure projects. So Abdullah Bhai, if you please.
Sure. Thank you, Asif Bhai. You can all hear me, right?
You can little bit increase your volume, Abdullah Bhai.
Is that better?
Little more.
Little more. This is the max bandwidth capacity I have.
That's fine. Now
yeah, sure. Thank you, and I'm really sorry for the delay start today. I can see a lot of my friends have joined. Sadab Bhai, thank you for joining. Also, I see Shakila up after a long time. Shakila Appa, thank you for joining. I see you in the Zoom list, and Abdullah Bhai is also there. Abdul Farooq Bhai, Nabila, and everyone who has joined today. Really, thank you. So it's a very interesting topic, technical or project management skill. I would rather put or both, right? Technical, project management, or both. Okay. Yeah, the questions we have asked is very important. That in terms of project management, we nowadays in this 21st century, we all know the importance of project management. Project management is no longer it's just one set of function. Project management has beyond that. Nowadays, when we actually have any conversation, we say that all the important areas that that we need to concentrate, and then we need to have the knowledge in the organizations. This particular area, project management area, the area is quite big. That means if you want to plan like requirement management, communication, your resource management, your procurement, and all this stuff that you need to have this knowledge in your organization. You need to have this project management knowledge areas, right? Another part you talked about this process. So I always say, when you're going to actually manage a project, we can all do it haphazardly, right? And that's why in the early 2000 and before that, the concept of process came up, right? And you'll see that all these different kind of frameworks around the world, like Prince 2, 49 PMI process, ITIL framework, and all these different processes come up. One of the basic reason is when you're managing projects, it's better to have a structured practices, so that you can you learn from your mistake, right? And you can improve your project management practices and improve your project management success. Another part is the tool. So one of the area is actually the tool. When you're managing your projects, you need tools, so that tools is nothing but a gatekeeper, where basically you keep all of your informations, and it gives you the presentation, where do you stand in terms of projects and all. Right. So it's a huge area, right? So to answer your question, what I would say, I think technical and project management skill I will explain later a bit more that both are quite important, because nowadays you cannot separate both these two things. Technical and project management both are coincide, they work together. If you only have technical project management, it's not going to work. If you only have the resource management capacity, probably it's not going to work, because if you're going to manage kind of like technical projects, you also need this technical experience as well as this project management experience and all. Right, over to you, Asif bhai. So what do you think? Asif bhai is also in this field for quite long, different big corporates, right? Asif bhai, you are on mute.
Yes, sorry. So thank you. I think you have set the right context, and you have the basic concept you have tried to say, that how project management is aligning with technologies. Other area is I would like to just highlight about the technologies area, that why the 70 or 80% projects are getting paid, right? I have seen, as I have worked in a large project like BRTA project, and Malaysia also I have worked in a large cloud project during my Microsoft time another time. So I mean, I have seen the projects either get prolonged or either delay, or sometimes it gets failed actually. So some of the reasons that I have experienced, I can share with you, Abdullah bhai and audience.
Yeah, please tell me.
Yes,
tell me.
yes.
Why do you think, from your experience, you have managed many projects,
Yes, right.
in different parts of the world? So why do you think why these projects mostly fails?
Right. So the thing is that I just want to, I'm just, before I start that, but I just want to thank Rasil bhai. He's a very senior HR professional. Then Musa bhai, he's the head of IT from Square Group. So they have joined. Thank you for joining some of our guests, and we will definitely expect you to join the conversation. So back to Abdullah bhai, your point. You have brought a very critical point here. I was reading recently articles on this matter published in Forbes and Gartner as well in 2020 and 2021. There are in fact one or multiple reasons for ERP or e-commerce or any digital transformation project get failed, right? It could be unclear of the scope or requirement, poor business cases, proper execution plan, right skill, talent issues, company culture, management supports. All these are reasons that sometimes some of the large projects get failed. So as I was talking about bringing and connecting all the components of an IT projects within an end-to-end frame, it is in my engagement with few large IT solution projects, I have seen that some important elements are either missing or not given in importance at the planning stage or at the very beginning stage. Sometimes I have seen that there are incomplete architecture layout also before you plan a software project, right? So let me share an experience in one of the projects in large telecom operator in Bangladesh. I can't tell their name, I'm live. So I was closely working on a database consolidation project where hundreds of databases required to be consolidated in a single database platform to provide a database resource for existing and new applications. So it took me around almost 2 years to close the project from the planning phase. So I can recall some of the gaps I found, like coordinating among application owners who are actually the users in different departments. Then secondly, I found like all stakeholders of that project were not similarly clear what is the outcome or benefit they're going to get. Number third is the team who will deploy the project has lack of technical competency, but no precise plan to develop skills and gather knowledge. So right mapping of the talent and skills is very important. I think we'll talk more about it later on. Then I have also found the flexible timeline in this to implement. Actually, they didn't set up a specific timeline to deliver or complete the project. And last but not the least, I have found another thing, that end-to-end, there was no end-to-end project management approach for that project. That's why the reason is that the project gets much delayed actually. So, and IT projects could have many components, just like an application software usually have multiple modules, right? All components and modules has entity relationship among them. So in the SDLC, software development lifecycle process, a software development team lead can consider each module as a separate project and define modules integration plan. When I was the project coordinator lead for a vehicle and driving licensing system in 40 districts in around the Bangladesh Road Transport Authority, We have carefully executed software module development and delivery, as well as deployed the hardware part, database part, network infrastructure, website, training phase-wise we have deployed, right? So, however, I have seen the lack of clarity in taking right strategy where delays is common scenario, and that puts actually the projects in this gap. So to summarize this point, why most of the 60-70% of the large IT projects fail, though I'm not following the theoretical ways of PMP, I mean project management professionals, what project management professionals are following, I'm not following that, but from my experience, what I can see three main reasons. Number one is spending, focusing small time and efforts in initial planning, defining and scope phase. Number two is digital transformation software or ERP projects are require extensive knowledge, idea, and innovation area. So interestingly, most of the project fails to determine the need of appropriate skill and talents for different roles in that project to be working on, right? And number three, lag in execution. This is most important part. You may have a very fantastic plan. I mean, you have spent a lot of time in the super planning, right? But if in the execution phase, if it is not excellent, I mean, if the resource and time not meeting on time and on schedule, so I mean, project gets failed. So in a nutshell, you need a discipline in all aspects and bringing all stakeholders and talents in same page for an effective and efficient project management for any IT or software project success. So I think I try to put some clarity. Hope that sounds well, Abdul.
Yes, fantastic. Yeah, to me, it's important to have the right person for the right project to manage the project, right? So to add on this, yeah, please, nice briefing, Asif bhai. So
Okay.
what's your thought? Yeah.
Yeah, I think good one. I'd like to go back to you now, Abdullah bhai. We have seen traditionally few framework like ITIL or ITSM standard and waterfall methodology used for technology projects, and nowadays Agile and Scrum methods has become popular. So, do you think straight-cut traditional project management approach conflicts with Agile or Scrum method, or these two actually complements to each other? I mean, and recent year we are also seeing the hybrid project management approach, mix of those traditional and Agile method. So, if you can put light some ideas and some of your thoughts on this for our audience.
Fantastic. It's very difficult, to brief in a few minutes, about these different kind of approach, because, we normally spend like 4 or 5 hours a day to understand
Right.
what is this traditional project management, how is this, agile project management works, right? And, what is the trend of last, 10 years, last 5 years, and how it is moving. To understand this, typically, the waterfall or predictive project management, which is kind of like plan driven approach, which has been very popular. Still now, it is the most popular kind of project management approach. So we call it approach, not the methodology nowadays, because and there are many approaches like this. In recent time, last 10 years, the agile kind of is getting very popular. But now, if you ask me, I'll say I will divide in two parts. One is, you have to understand where the project operates, right? So project mostly happening in industrial projects. We can categorize another project is the knowledge work project. Okay. So in the knowledge work project is more like where you have more brainstorming, technical understanding, as well as, a lot of unknown factors are there. Then the traditional project management, where you see, let's say you want to build a building, and what it needs to be done because it has been happening from last 2000 years, right? So these are kind of like how to build a bridge or mega constructions. So these are kind of known projects and happening for a long time. So mostly in the high level, we say that if you're doing something repetitive, it's better to go for like a predictive approach, which is like the waterfall approach. If you're doing something which requires a lot of brainstorming, a lot of unknown factors are there, new kind of innovation, then it's better to go for this agile project management, because agile, the philosophy, it says flexible, adaptable, right? So again, it's a long discussion. It requires a lot of understanding how these two different kinds of characters work. But recent time, this is the era of hybrid project management. That means all these projects, they are adapting good practices of waterfall, as well as good practice of agile project management, and we can call it actually a hybrid one, right? And probably you see that in mega structure, even like the Padma Setu, the project, it is we have done a research and figured out that it's a kind of hybrid project. This is a mega structure, right? It's a $1 billion project, but it's a kind of hybrid project management approach has been used, right? So yeah, this is the era of hybrid project management, but we need to know how these different good characters of different methodologies needs to coincide and work together in a project. All right. Yeah.
Right. Right.
Um, so from your side, it's a different type of discussion I want to brought in. You see, now it is the era of industrial revolution. We call it industry, 4.0, right?
Right.
Fourth industrial revolution is going on, and we are seeing the impact of fourth industrial revolution in all these different industries. And all these different industries trying to adapt these, the new technologies, the 4.0, the concept. So how do you see, from a project management point of view, how these are being adapted into project management world, the industry 4.0?
Yeah, I think I think you have brought a very good timely topic, Abdullah bhai. I mean, you're right. In 4.0 is actually evolving and evolving very fast. In fact, we are seeing all the technological advancement around us. So, being a technology professionals, I have seen those changes coming on and going on. So, project management require handling. Actually, I see it in a different way. Project management requiring handling a lot of data and information that actually grows to the grows as the project progress, right? So like other segment, new technologies like BI, big data, AI, data analytics, and even emotional intelligence are incorporating in projects project management tools. So let me share that artificial intelligence is enabling better risk estimation. For example, due to bad time estimation or unknown factors, delivery deadlines are pushed, right? So if a project manager is using artificial intelligence, he or she can get the right estimation of a project duration, cost, and progress that can help to predict realistic timeline in a project. Another latest technology evolving is data analytics. So project managers are leveraging data insight to make informed decision to handle projects in a better way. Whether it is quality management or risk estimation, the use of big data analytics is shaping the project management practice. So system usually collect data in useful and make it useful to learn how to form it. You heard about the machine learning, right? The size of team, it can predict the size of team, how to include and position team members, the skill set needed to manage projects better. Even project managers can go get the higher level of data and custom report using tools like Tableau, Google Data Studio, and even Microsoft Power BI. So yes, and nowadays some of the common tools are there. If you see, project management tools give team members a platform to communicate and collaborate in a single place, right? If I can mention about Microsoft Teams. It is not only a great collaboration tool, but in Microsoft Teams, you can keep file, data, and assets, and all team members can work together. So you can say tools are available today, and with the more advanced technologies, tools are here.
Yeah, it's true. At the same time, my company, we also have a product called, Baseline PMO. It is also built in, it has a AI character called Ellie, and she can talk, right, with you like as a project assistant. And these
like a Google Alexa.
Google Alexa, yeah, very smart. In fact, we will try to actually incorporate a couple of things. What are the common challenges of a project manager? A project manager spends a lot of time finding the right resource for the right task allocation, right? A project manager spends a lot of time, following up. Okay, you have a project delivery or task delivery tomorrow, and he needs to call this the team member and get the follow-ups and everything. Another big challenge in project management is lessons learned, right? So we do not capture the lessons learned, and we don't learn from our mistakes, right? So and also, let's say if you think of doing a project, and probably you don't know what should be the list of activities for this particular project. So many of the ways nowadays, AI which is one of the component of 4.0 industry revolution, is actually helping the project managers and using through this particular tool. And these are the couple of challenges have been solved by our AI character called Ellie, right? So what she does, I can tell you, she gives you a briefing. What is your project status? She makes a call on behalf of you to your team members and say, okay, you have you have missed your deadline. You need to go and complete your task immediately. She does the lessons learning from your old projects, right? So think of this. You're planning a project, and if AI comes and tell you, see, these are the kind of mistakes you have done in the last projects. Do you want to repeat it? Right. Think how better it will be when you're planning the project, right? At the same time, if you when you have like 100 tasks and you want to assign this task to Mr. XYZ, and probably AI can come and tell you, all right, so if you want to assign this task to Mr. X, he only has like 20% job success. Why not you assign to Mr. Y because he has like 80% job success, right? And it is real interactive kind of things that this kind of things already happening in project management world. And we are one of the pioneers to actually bring this into these revolutions, and there's a lot of clients into this as well, right? So thank you for giving some insights on the 4.0. Asif.
Yeah, thank you, Abdul Bhai, for putting the light, and it's really good to know that you have that LA, your AI tools for that helping project managers and in their project management practice. It's very good to know. So let's move on the career part actually. So since it's an IT career series discussion, let's talk about IT career in IT software project management. So in Bangladesh, you have been consulting with many enterprises for their IT and tech project management scope and resources. So in PM Aspire, you have also developed few flagship global standard web-based applications to support them. So from your experience, what are the gaps you have seen or noticed in technical people team in respect of adapting project management practice in their job? So how project management skills actually can help software engineers, developers to grow their career in IT?
Very good questions. I think we need more promotions regarding career in project management, right? You see, our life itself is a project, isn't it? Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So we have a deadline. Okay. Deadline means we will die one day.
Yeah, died one day.
Yeah. So So we have a deadline and we have a set of activities to do before we die, right? And also every one of us actually has a purpose in life, right?
Right.
Probably they know, probably they don't know, but they serve a purpose, right? Similarly, if you look from a organization's context, if you look from a country's perspective, look at what does this cabinet do? Every time you see what the MPs are talking about, they are talking about project.
Right.
Yeah, and and they're talking about, okay, so we have these particular district, and all right, what are the developments you have done in the last 5 years? Right. So that means government, the whole ecosystem is focused on project management, project development, new projects bringing in. What was the success factor of the last project? Even when a government leaves the position, the new government come and ask, what did you do with the last project?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, they do. Yeah.
So that means if the whole ecosystem, the economics is based on projects, right? So now, but do we really have enough resources to manage these mega projects? Right? Actually, unfortunately, we don't have, right? So globally, I give you one statistics, not only locally, it's globally, everywhere in the world, there's a huge gap in project management, especially skill project management resources. Right? So, so are you with me, Sibai? Yeah. All right, just holding on.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Just it was interrupting. Okay, sorry about it.
No problem.
Yes.
So if you look at locally and globally everywhere, all the organizations is moving, more on organization maturity level, and when an organization maturity level is directly connected with your project success and failure, right? Let's say you are the you're the CEO of your organizations, right? And what you do, probably you have been recently appointed, to a mega multinational companies as a CEO. Normally, what the CEO does, he goes there and he basically, what does he do? He set plans. Next 5 years, I want to these, that, right? And and all these are missions break down into projects, and these projects broken down into different departments, and they execute these projects. If you miss couple of projects in the pipeline, then you cannot reach your organization's goal, right? Same for the organization, same for the the industry, same for the the whole country as a whole, right? So you want to achieve XYZ projects in particular year. So now, that's mean nowadays all these enterprises, mid-level and the largest organization, they're very focused on project management. And when they are very focused on project management, they need good people who can run the show, who can manage better projects, right? So to manage better projects, you need qualified professionals who knows project management theoretically as well as practically, right? So practice, this is something will come for sure, when you do multiple projects, but also theoretically you also need to know, right? Nowadays, it doesn't matter you are in tech field or you're managing an HR project or even a sales project, right? So you need project management, skill in whatever kind of projects you are managing. Okay, this is number one. Number two is that I give you one statistics. According to PMI's research, by 2027, there will be 80 million job opportunities will be there in the project management world. 80 million job opportunities, 80 million only in next 5 to 7 years. It's a gap in project management skill resources. 80 million all over the world, and most of them happening in the developing countries. All these job opportunities are developing countries. So since we are into developing countries, it's better to actually develop skills and have a career in project management, right? And also there is another.
So Abdul, sorry, you are talking 80 million. This is across all industry or in a specific industry? Across all industry, across the world.
Across the globe, right? Yeah. So huge opportunity locally and globally. When people, most of the cases, many of the corporates ask me, Abdullah, give me a good project manager, right? Sometimes I struggle. I don't find the right, even though we produce a lot of PMPs over the year, but still I struggle to find the right people, because those who are good project manager, they're already set in a good organization. Yeah. So that means I would request the audience that so I earn this knowledge in project management. It's a vast area, and project management is not something just you do in projects or in organization. It is also something that we continuously do practice in our own personal life as well, right? So if you just remember a couple of principles: respect the deadline, understand the requirements, right? Understand the requirement. That means, look at this. You need to understand your boss requirements also, what he's talking about, right? And this is also, and project management will teach you, like, how effectively you can get this, knowledges and, manage it and deliver it, right? So anyways, it's a huge area to talk about. I would simply say that it's a huge area for career development. Especially tech industries, you should take the project management learning very seriously, because more and more tech projects are coming locally and globally, and there is a huge job opportunities. Please go ahead and do some experiment, learn something more into project management. Okay, yeah, over to you, Wasim bhai. You are on mute, Wasim bhai.
Yeah, I think it's a very good point you brought, and I think people are. In IT industry, I have seen that many people are struggling to find out their career path, right? Where to go and where to start. There are people all people cannot become a very good coder or programmer, right? And with those analytical ability, but they can be a good manager, right? Software project management skills can help for that actually. Even many software team leads who are becoming senior, they also need a huge project management skill, right? So most of the IT industry senior CEO or CXO, when I have a conversation, they normally tell me that we have little challenge on finding a programmer or coder, but we have a big challenge to find a software project lead or software project manager. So this is in the market is a scenario there. So actually, I want to highlight that I mean in the career part of that actually, Abdullah bhai, that like other segment, for any IT professional, success lies on the people. You can have comprehensive plan, sufficient budget, best software tools, even hire consultant, and even you can get a strong support from management, right? But none are workable if you do not have a skilled people to run the show, right? The people are key for successful project management and success of projects. So even if you provide training, give them award, get them PMP certified, if they are not dedicated, committed, and have good soft skills, the project might get failed actually. So I want to highlight on the soft skill part of that. So I have seen many infrastructure and software projects ran into challenges because they are highly focused on the technical work, but not applying enough energy. How should I say, towards the training, coaching, even team building and soft skills, right? All the project activities require effective, meaningful, and timely communication. So not only speaking and writing skills, but presenting and convincing skill also essential. In the soft skill, we have found like soft skill involves kind of listening capability, organizing capability, then eager to learn, this kind of things, right? So, and other important area is adaptability. In the project or any technology projects, it rapidly changes, right? So, if people need a soft skill that helps him to adapt and he or she should be agile to embrace the changes, right? So, if I sum up on the career part of Abdullah, then I see that communication management is, as I know, one of the 10 knowledge area in project management. And as I know that 5 types of communication in project management are verbal, are like verbal, non-verbal, writing, visual, and listening with team leads, team members, and stakeholders. So obviously, these soft skills I just mentioned are key element for effective communication. And in project management, communication skill is the key as soft skill. And I mean, you are rightly saying that more IT people should learn project management. Not only for overall project management, but part of improving their soft skills as well. So since project management knowledge covers most of the soft skills for a technical or even non-technical person in a well-organized and proven method, definitely project management practice can help any IT professionals to improve their soft skills quality and of course their good management skill also. So any final thought, Abdullah bhai, on IT career or anything? We are almost end of our time. I know we are running out of time. We can have a more discussion, can continue, but I think time is not.
I think, time is short. Maybe you can move to the quiz part. Frankly speaking, I wish that I could have been the participants today, as an audience, because I could have participate this quiz and could have gone for this, watching this Bond movie. I'm so excited.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So any question from our audience so far on the chat box, or you want to open your mic and ask questions?
Yes, sir, we have questions.
Yeah, please go ahead. In the meantime, can we just run the quiz in between?
I think let's run the quiz. So we will take the participant in the quiz, and we will take the questions when the quiz is over, and our team will review the results.
Many thanks to both of our panelists for the insightful discussion. We came to know few untapped area of project management in ICT sector. Audience, our event is not over yet. You can ask questions. We want to hear more from you. Please write your questions in the chat box. Do mention your name, organization, and current job role. Now it's your turn. Our online quiz contest will be starting very soon. May I request Ms. Tasneem Islam, Marketing Executive, Tech and Talents, to contact the quiz contest. Thank you.